If someone asked anyone on campus to describe me, I'd probably get the same answers every time. That rich finance guy. The investment society president. The dude who somehow wears polos even in 35-degree weather. Looks intimidating, but he's actually nice. I had spent the last 4 years building that reputation, and honestly, I didn't mind it. Being predictable made life easier. Professors trusted me, classmates respected me, and group projects somehow found their way to me before I even opened my mouth. Our university was the kind of campus that looked expensive enough to convince parents their tuition was being well spent. Towering acacia trees lined the brick walkways, casting dancing shadows over students rushing from one building to another. Every morning smelled like freshly cut grass mixed with coffee from the cafe beside the library. Somewhere in the distance, the engineering students were probably arguing over robots again. It was peaceful, orderly, exactly how I liked it, at least on the outside, because inside my head, absolute chaos, especially whenever I walked past the university gym. You're staring again. Marco didn't even bother looking up from his laptop. He was so used to calling me out that he could do it without making eye contact. I am not. You've been looking out that window for 5 minutes. I'm observing. I'm a finance major. What does that have to do with anything? I analyze assets. Marco slowly closed his laptop. Did you just call people assets? I meant, hypothetically. You meant muscles. Maybe. He rubbed his temples like I had personally shortened his lifespan. I've known you for 4 years, Adrian. Congratulations. You need help. I need better options. Marco laughed loud enough that a few students turned toward us. The tragedy continues. I leaned back in my chair and watched another group of athletes cross the quadrangle outside the classroom windows. Basketball players, volleyball players, a few gym regulars. I sighed. The problem wasn't that I found muscular guys attractive. The problem was that every muscular guy I met acted like they were auditioning to become the next king of the jungle. Everything was a competition. Everything had to be a flex: who lifted more, who earned more, who was more dominant, exhausting. I wanted someone different, someone confident enough that they didn't need to prove it every 5 minutes, someone who enjoyed attention without demanding it, someone playful, someone who could laugh at themselves, someone... I stopped that train of thought before it became embarrassing. Marco looked at me over the rim of his coffee. You did it again. What? That face. What face? The one where you're building your dream man, like you're customizing a video game character. I was thinking. You were daydreaming. I was strategizing. Same thing. He pointed his pen at me. Tell me something. What? When was your last date? I pretended to think. Marco stared. COVID counts, right? He almost choked on his coffee. Classes ended just before 4. The afternoon sun had softened, painting the campus in warm shades of gold. Students filled every walkway, laughing, taking selfies, arguing about quizzes they definitely failed, despite insisting they'd studied. I adjusted the strap of my gym bag. Calling it a gym bag was generous. Inside was a towel, a water bottle, an expensive pair of training gloves I'd worn exactly twice, and enough optimism to convince myself that today would finally be the day I became someone who actually enjoyed exercising. Who was I kidding? The only thing getting a workout was my imagination. The University Fitness Center sat behind the sports complex, a sleek glass building that smelled permanently of rubber flooring and disinfectant. Music echoed faintly from inside, while the rhythmic clanging of weights carried through the open entrance. I stepped inside, immediately regretted it. Too many people, too many mirrors, too many attractive athletes making exercise look effortless. I had barely taken 3 steps when, thud, something, or rather, someone, collided with me. Books exploded across the floor. A blue shaker bottle rolled in one direction, protein bars scattered in another. Oh, sorry. The voice was warm, slightly panicked, and surprisingly cheerful considering we'd just recreated a small explosion in the lobby. I crouched instinctively. No worries. The guy across from me did the same, reaching for a notebook at the exact same time I did. Our hands bumped. He laughed. Great start. I couldn't help smiling. Could have been worse. How? I could have dropped your phone too. Please don't. As he reached farther for one of the books, the sleeve of his gray hoodie slid just enough to reveal a toned forearm.
Not exaggerated. Not cartoonishly huge. Just naturally athletic. The kind of physique someone earned through consistency rather than showing off. I immediately looked away. Respectfully. Mostly. Thanks. He stood and smiled at me. Up close, he looked younger than I first thought. Freshman, maybe. Dark hair that clearly refused to stay styled, warm brown eyes, and the kind of smile that made people instinctively smile back. I'm Nico. Adrian. Oh? Fourth year? Is it that obvious? He scratched the back of his neck. You've got that. Upperclassman confidence. Before I could answer, Marco appeared behind me like a ghost, summoned specifically to ruin my dignity. He means you look tired. I heard that. Nico laughed. I shot Marco the kind of glare that should have ended friendships. It didn't even slow him down. I'm Marco. Nico. Freshman? Sports science. Marco looked at me. Then at Nico. Then back at me. I already knew that look. Absolutely not. Don't you dare. So, Marco said with the biggest grin imaginable. You work out here? Nico nodded. Almost every day. He looked at me. What about you? I come here, Marco interrupted, to financially support the university. Nico blinked. What? He has a gym membership. I do. I've never actually seen him exercise. I've exercised. When? Orientation. Nico burst into laughter. Real laughter. The kind that echoed through the lobby without sounding forced. For some reason, hearing him laugh felt strangely satisfying, like sunlight breaking through clouds. I like you guys already, he admitted. Marco smirked. Oh, don't encourage him. I wasn't talking about you. Marco placed a hand dramatically over his chest. I've been betrayed. We walked toward the exit together, the afternoon breeze replacing the cool air conditioning as the glass doors slid open. The campus looked even prettier now. Golden sunlight filtered through the trees, while students lounged across the lawn, eating snacks and pretending not to worry about upcoming exams. Nico stretched his shoulders absent-mindedly. Completely innocent. Completely unaware. I looked away before my brain could embarrass me. Marco noticed anyway. Of course he did. Oh my God. What? You did the thing. I don't know what you're talking about. The shoulder thing. I looked in that direction. You appreciated the scenery. It was a very scenic shoulder. Nico laughed so hard he almost dropped his shaker bottle. You two are ridiculous. Maybe we were. But for the first time in months, I found myself hoping I'd run into him again. Not because he was attractive. Well, not just because he was attractive. There was something easy about him. Something genuine. And as I watched him wave goodbye before disappearing into the crowd of students, I had a strange feeling. Some meetings feel ordinary. Others quietly change the direction of your life before you even realize they've happened. This one felt like the beginning of something.